Yo, what's up, boys? Welcome back to the channel, and as always, I appreciate all the love and support, man. In today's video, we're gonna talk about the top 5 most expensive mods that I have on Optimus Prime. And you won't believe how expensive it is just for 5 mods alone. We're gonna fire up the car, we're gonna get it started, we're gonna pull it outside so that way I can do a small little walk around the car when I point out what I do have. One of the mods that's on the car right now is taken apart because the car has to get ready for this Friday so it can go to the shop. And once again, once I shoot that video, I'll be announcing who the shop is that's going to be replacing the motor for Optimus, so that way we can hit the road. Right now, I know a lot of people aren't out for the most part because of the whole virus thing going on, but still, I want to know, I want to have that peace of mind that the car is fixed and it's ready to go. So enough talking, we'll get straight to it. Let me take the car outside, we're gonna fire it up. You're gonna see some smoke coming out those pipes. If it's your first time on my page, you'll see some smoke coming out the pipes because there's a leak because of one of the cylinders is out. But if it ain't your first time on my page and you're coming back to watch another video, you've already seen the last 2 videos where you've seen the smoke. So enough talking, let's get right into it. And we're gonna do it in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, boys, let's give it a good old cold start. Alright, you guys, so as you guys can see, this is the furthest that I can bring the car out until I get the motor fixed. So we're just going to get right into it. So we're going to start with most expensive part. Mod number 1 on the list is going to be my supercharger. So the supercharger that I have installed in the car is the Vortec V3 SI Stage 3 kit. Now, the car started at 323 horsepower when I first got it. It's a 3.6 liter V6. It was like 256 to the wheels, and then I boosted the car and I did a couple of more things that you have to add to it, not just buy the supercharger. And then, you know, when you work your way up in your stages, if you're going from stage 1 to stage 2 and stage 3, yes, you have to change the pulley and the injectors and all this stuff, but there's still the fuel system you got to change with that, which is the ZL1 fuel system. And then the rear end, you want to go ahead and change that on the car. That's another addition that I'm not counting. But on the first mod that's on the list, that supercharger cost, with the tuning and everything like that, I mean, I did the dyno tune. I started out with the email tune, which was great, but then I worked my way up to the dyno tune because I wanted to put it on the Mustang dyno. So shout out to Arizona Elite Motorsports, because once we get the motor put back in the car, we're gonna go ahead and put it back on the dyno so that way it's fully dialed in. So either way, the supercharger alone with the tune and everything cost $8,000. So that's mod number 1. Mod number 2, one of the most expensive mods on the car, is going to be what you're seeing right here that I'm showing you in the background, and that's going to be the wrap on the car. The wrap on the car costs $7,000 for that wrap, for a few different reasons. Number 1, it is a custom printed wrap. Let me show you guys. It is a custom printed wrap. I told them that I wanted to put Transformers, I wanted to put Optimus Prime on the actual car. I know I've had other wraps before, 3 other wraps on the car, and one of them was chrome blue that represented Optimus Prime as well. And this one here by far was the most expensive wrap that I put on the car. You could see all the little mechanical parts in his body. The reason why this cost $7,000, not just because it's a super custom one-of-one wrap, but at the same time it is Avery. That's another reason. And then it does have laminate on top of the whole wrap. As you can see, I mean, this thing has a crazy glare on the wrap. You can see right there in the wide body. And that's actually dusty. And then on top of the laminate, on top of the wrap, on top of it all, it has a ceramic coating on there. As you work your way around, there's so much attention to detail in this wrap, it's not even funny, dude. Like, that's like a spine right there. You know? And it just works its way all the way around, all the way throughout the body, and it's really clean and crisp as well. When you zoom in up close and you're looking at something like this, normally you'll see like little, like if you zoom in on a photo, you'll see those little lines, those little square type of lines. You ain't seeing nothing over here. It's a perfect 3D effect, which they did absolutely amazing job on, and I'm super excited about this wrap. Completely different. Ever since I got this wrap, like, it just took the trophy level to a whole nother level. So yeah, that's gonna be number 2. And then number 3 is gonna be what you're seeing on this side that's different from the other side. So the rims and tires cost $5,000. Now the rims and tires cost $5,000 when they were just satin black. This side, I have them where they're blue, and this side, I have them where they're red. The reason why I did that is because the car used to be all chrome blue, and at one point, they were all red on both sides. So they're red here, and they're red on the other side. But when I had it redone with the new bumper I used to have before this bumper, I said, you know what, we're going to switch it up. We're going to make this side red, and we're going to make that side blue. And we did that because of the Optimus Prime truck, which has the blue and red on the flames. Well, once my accident happened, I ended up getting a whole new wrap, and once I threw the flames all over the body on the car, I said, you know what, it's gonna match perfect now with the whole theme of the red and blue, because the interior is the same thing. I think it's, yeah, the interior is the same thing. I got everything that matches the outside of the car. So we won't even get into the interior. That's not one of my top, even though that's expensive too. So the rims and tires, $5,000. The wheels, $3,000. The tires, $2,000. Each tire is $500, believe it or not. Now what's crazy is, I don't know how the front tires are just as expensive as the back tires, because the back tires are $345, 30/20. That's a 20 by 12 inch rim, and that's a Pirelli P0. And then the front tires are $295 on a 20 by 10.5. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these are my old tires that I used to have. They were Michelin. Yep, these are still the Pilot Super Sports. I've gone through so many tires on this car, it's like I drive it, I enjoy Prime. So yeah, the rims and tires, $5,000. Powder coating, I've done it a couple of times, I think two or three times, and each time you powder coat, when I add the dollar amount that I've spent, I think I spent on just powder coating close to $1,200 to $1,400 just powder coating. So that's on top of the rims and tires. So if you added that, how much you've actually put out of your pocket for rims and tires, it's closer actually to $6,400, but I'm just sticking to $5,000 because of the fact that it's just, you know, I went with when they were all black. So rims and tires, $5,000. Wrap, $7,000. Supercharger, $8,000. Now my sound system is taken apart, so I'm going to show you guys a picture of the sound system from my Instagram page, because it's taken apart over there. It's in pieces because they need to get to the trunk, so to get to the battery when they swap the motor. So I took the sound system out. But the sound system, I need to take the car back to AZ Motor Trends because we have to do the inside. I still didn't finish the inside, the doors and everything, but everything complete is about $3,400 for the sound system. And it is super clean, super custom. I've won awards because of my trunk, because everything counts as a point on the car. So when they pop the trunk, those are points. When they look inside, those are points. In the engine bay, those are points. You know, everywhere they look, it counts as points. So I made sure that I tackled literally every single mod that you can think of, and I've been building this now for 7 years. So then the next item on my list is going to be the nitrous, and I can show you the bottle is back here, but there's more that goes to that. And with the tune and everything like that, if you're doing NOS, then you want to make sure you do it right. I don't spray anymore right now. There's the bottle right there. Normally this is all walled out and everything. You don't see any of this stuff like the way it's looking right now, all exposed. But the nitrous, where I have the switchboard inside the car where you control the NOS, which is going to be right over here. when you open this, there's my switchboard right there. Hopefully that kind of sneaks its way in there. Either way. And then over here I have the NOS window switch, which tells the car not to spray the nitrous till after 3,500 RPM, and then it cuts it off at 6,500 RPM, so that way you don't fry the motor. Now keep in mind, I was spraying NOS before I did the supercharger, and I didn't want to spray the NOS and the supercharger while I was on stage 2. I wanted to spray the NOS while I was on stage 3, if not maybe later stage 4, but we'll see. So as we work our way around, so the NOS 3,400, because you're going to need the bottle opener. You want to do it right. You want to have the bottle opener, you have to want to have the switchboard. Obviously you want somebody that's going to install it correct. You're going to need to tune the car. You need the window switch. There's the bottle heater, all that stuff. You know, when you find the kit, you could find the kit for like $650 or something like that, $700, depending on where you're buying it from. You could find that kit, but the thing is all the other stuff adds up real quick. The gauges, you need gauges for it too, so that way it can tell you what your fuel ratio is at and all that stuff. Plus my fuel ratio is a wide band where it's actually connected to the bottom of the exhaust, so I'm getting accurate airflow for the supercharger. I didn't want to fry the motor with the supercharger. And the reason why the motor went out wasn't because of the actual supercharger. Technically wasn't. It was because of the catch can. It was installed incorrect for the last 2.5 years, and it caused the motor to fry. The oil cap popped off. And if you haven't seen, there's another video that I've done on it where it actually shows what exactly happened, and I rewired it all up. So when you add all of that together, that's a nice little penny, and that's not including everything else, man. That's not including the kit. That's not including the brake suspension I've upgraded, the rear end, I put the SS rear end, the side skirts, the different body kits that I've had, bumpers in the front, the different wraps. This wing alone is 1,800, you know. The glass skins, real louvers, depending on how you get the finish, can be anywhere from 350 to 450, you know, maybe even 500 depending how you want it finished. I mean, all this stuff adds up. My doors, the vertical doors, everything on the car inside out from the ground up has been built. If we add all that up, I got it all written down right over here. So supercharger 8,000 with the tune, wrap 7,000, rims and tires 5,000 without the powder coating, sound system 3,400, and then NOS 3,400. With that just alone, that is 26,000. Let me look in the camera when I say this. $26,800 on just those parts alone. That's not including the car. The car was 25,000, so that automatically puts you at 50,000 in the car. But then I got all the other stuff. The interior is all redone, the engine bay is all redone, suspension is all redone, the rear end, all the lights and stuff. Oh my god, I've been 80,000 in upgrade with all the wraps and everything that's ever been put in the car. The other 3 wraps, yeah, 6,000 for the chrome blue, 3,500 for the satin black, 2,500 for the satin pearl white. That was 3M on the satin pearl white. Satin black was Avery, then the chrome blue, and then this. There's been a lot of money put into this car, you guys. 80,000 in upgrades, 25,000 for the car, and a lot of the labor. Get this, I did it on my own. So 85% of the build, I actually put it together, except for obviously the wrap. You know, anything that needs to be cut, like the wide body, I didn't, you know, cut that. You know, but all that stuff counts, the wide body and everything else. You got to add all that. You got to all that put all that in perspective, man, and it adds up really quick. So the next car that I'm focusing on, doing my best to bring home, is the ZL1. And I was always looking at the 2017 because I wanted the 50th anniversary, but I heard that on the first year that they came out, there's an AC issue where it leaks. You get lucky, sometimes it'll do it, sometimes it won't. Some people have that car and never had an issue, and some people have that car and they're always taking it to the dealership because it just out of nowhere there's water under the pedal. So we don't want none of that, especially not with a ZL1. Either way, so the 2018 is what I'm looking at. I would love to get a 2019 because I really like the tail lights. They remind me of the tail lights that are on the 5th gen because they're separated like in a circle. So I really like that look. But if it's a 2018 and that's what we end up with, it is what it is. It's still a blessing. So one way or another, it's a ZL1 and it's going to be another Prime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. If it's your first time on the page, be sure to hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Leave me a comment, tell me what mods you put on your car and what are your future mods that you're going to put on your car if you don't have them on there just yet. What are your plans? How are you going to get there? What are you going to do it? I know I'm grinding, and I motivate everybody as much as I can, so that way I can show you that I started from the ground up. This was a regular 2013 2LS when I first got it. That was all I could afford back in the day, and I did the best that I can with the car, and here we are today with it just chilling right there in the background. So I'm very, very grateful. So either way, you guys, in the meantime, between time, I'll talk to you guys on the next one. 8 Dilla Priminator out. Peace.
I think the girls with their nails done now.